Well, a bright, sunny good morning to everybody. Got a special treat for you today. We are fueling up the truck right now, and we are heading up to Pennsylvania to the Iron and Oak Sawmill. So if you're not familiar with Iron and Oak Sawmill, Chuck Rogers and his wife Deb, they run a YouTube channel called Iron and Oak Sawmill, and they're very good people. They interact a lot with me on my channel, and I watch their channel as well. So they've invited myself and a couple other YouTubers up to their property today, and we're going to do firewood stuff, I'm sure, some cutting, some splitting, and some stacking. But they've also got a really nice sawmill, and he's very good at cutting slabs of wood, especially that black walnut that looks so beautiful when it's milled up. So hopefully we'll get to run that today and get to see some new stuff that I've never operated before. So stick around, it should be a fun day. Well, I was a few minutes late getting here this morning. Chuck said 9 o'clock, and I was about 9:08 when I pulled in the driveway. Thought I was going to be late. But when I came up the road and saw this sitting out by the road, there was no doubt I was at the right place. This is a high quality, good looking firewood stand. Puts my stuff to shame. I mean, that thing is clean and sharp looking. So I'm the first one here. Shive and Darren should be here shortly. But I want to thank Chuck and Deb. They're standing up here in the driveway. I want to thank them for inviting us up and letting us spend the day with them. Appreciate it, Chuck. Thank you, Deb.
Glad to have you. That's for sure. Long time coming.
Yep. Deb, thank you so much.
No problem.
We're going to be going to the back, and the sawmill's out back. They're going to take us over to the wood yard, and we're going to cut and split some wood. He said he's got some stuff to do back there, so he's got a crew here in full force today, and we're going to work and do whatever he needs done. So when Shive and Darren get here, I'll let you see them too. So the second man to arrive was my man Darren from Woodruff Woods. He just pulled in here, and he's bearing gifts today. Brought shirts for everybody, and he brought this gnarly log that we're going to throw on the mill. Chuck's going to show us how it's done.
I hope so. Anyway.
There he is, right there. Darren, glad to meet
Firewood
you.
at the furnace.
And I see some off-brand or non-professional saws in here. I guess he thinks he's going to get our hands on one of those and confirm the suspicions that steel is number one.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Did you bring a 261 by any chance?
I did not bring the 261.
I'd like to run one because I kind of want
I wish you would have told me. I would have brought it. But I
wish
figured
you would have brought that. I'd like to see that against the 550.
I've run the 550. I like that.
That's a screaming saw.
So I just got off the phone with our main man Shive, and he's running late. He's actually an hour and a half late right now and says he's still an hour away. His explanation for his tardiness was that somebody drank a little too much last night. Can't imagine who that would be. But anyway, Chuck's got Darren's log up here on the mill. He's got it all situated to where we can take the first cuts. And Chuck said we got to take a couple little nips off this end here on both sides.
Yep. A little bit off here, about 3 inch, and on the bottom about 3 inch. I don't narrow it up. Unfortunately, the LT35 doesn't have a huge throat on it to be able to handle that, but LT40 wide does.
But he said that once we get this situated and start milling it, that little crotch there is going to make for some really nice looking grain. So you see Chuck's videos where he scrapes the sawdust off and splashes it with water. What do you call that?
That's a water pop.
A water pop.
Yep.
I always forget the name of that, but we're going to get to see some of that today, which I think is pretty neat.
You can kiln dry it in a regular heat kiln. But then again, that still changes it.
Oh wow!
Get
Look,
in there.
that's going to be good.
Take a peek at that one. Where are we going from?
Wait till you see this.
Ready? All right, man, push. There you go.
My goodness.
It gets better in the next couple of cuts too. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when we'll hit some water on that. Let me get this scraped off. We'll give it a little bit of water.
Can't beat the black walnut, I'm telling you. It's beautiful.
We always just try to look for different things in it when we get to it. This is actually going to have another little crotch down here too. That'll look nice.
Here, honey.
You can see when you first cut it, it's green.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be for long. No, you're good. Won't be for long. See these ends that were exposed to the oxygen? They're already turning brown. Or they were brown when we cut it open. This will look the same. That's been exposed to the oxygen somewhat, so it's what oxidizes basically. Once it hits the oxygen, it'll turn that. See the purplish kind of hue to it?
Yep.
Yep, that's purplish pink.
Very cool.
Yeah. You won't get that if you steam kiln it, or even if you heat kiln it. A lot of times you won't get that. It'll go away, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right, do me good. Don't get me wet though.
Oh, it's fun part. Oh, look at that.
That is beautiful.
Did it come out real good?
Look at it.
Oh yeah, just accents the heck out of it. I'll take the glare off. The water usually glares it real bad. So that's beautiful. Oh yeah. That's gonna get a little tighter. Should narrow up a little bit and run a little bit longer down into the log.
All right, we're gonna do another water pop here.
See, starting to tighten up and get longer. That's gorgeous.
And I've got Deb's headset on because I'm getting ready to cut a slab here with Chuck's mill. Man,
You know
that's
what? Other than you and I think he's the only other one to run this mill. You were the first other person to run this mill, so.
well, Deb took over the mill for a while
Yeah.
while your eyes were healing up.
She had to.
Yep.
You see what I mean? How that got narrower now?
Yeah.
Hold it in. Made it.
Nice.
That's nice.
That's what you're looking for in black walnut. Doesn't matter what size the log is, if you can get it to do that.
All this feathering right here.
Absolutely. That just takes the glare off. 'Cause I know the sun glares back on it. Man, it kind of looks like a feather going out like that. Beautiful stuff.
Cool. Let's see what it looks like.
So Brad, you cut it. You keep it.
That sounds good to me. Darren just told me this slab is mine, so
Awesome.
actually that's pretty cool. I'll be able to do a couple things with that.
That's a nice feather in there too. That's the one we just water pop.
Well, guess who finally showed up? I just saw the big silver pickup truck pull in the driveway. Hey. Fashionably.
But you're here.
What's up, brother?
Probably hungover.
Well, probably. I don't even know if I reached the hungover.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you, buddy.
Good.
What's up, brother?
Brad, what's up, buddy?
How's it
Chuck.
going, man?
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
There he is. He made it. Finally, he's here.
We're going to get set up here. We've got two 500 eyes to run, a 362, and those junior varsity saws over there that Darren's getting fueled up. And we'll see what we can get done for Chuck and Deb here. Chuck, this is the Easton Made 1222. I've never seen one run. Tell me about it.
Well, 24-ton splitter that with this particular box wedge is going to pump out some nice sized 2.5 by 2.5 or 3 by 3 wood. You can adjust the height on it, but you can only go up so high with this. You got to keep this section, this slot needs to be on that tab. If not, you're going to be twisting your wedge.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to keep that down low enough.
So they'll see it, but when you put a great big round in here,
Yeah.
whatever comes over the top, this will automatically pull it back and drop it back in for the next split.
Yeah. You bet.
That's pretty cool. All right, so I'm gonna run Shad's 500i, and I'm gonna tear into some of this white oak here behind me. Shad's gonna be running the 1222 splitter. Darren's gonna be cutting with the Husky, and we'll see what we can rip through here. All right, it's the debut of Chuck in his brand new 500i. He's marking the log now, marking some of this hickory. He's got the 500i in his hands now.
Here to here, brother. Here to here.
So Darren had to leave a little early today. He's got to get up super early in the morning and get on an airplane. So he rolled out, but we got a lot of work done while he was here. And I got this black birch log here that Chuck is being so kind and gracious to let me take this home with me. So we're going to measure it out here, cut it into 3 pieces, and I think between Chuck, Shive, and myself, we'll get it thrown in the back of the truck here. So we'll fire up the 500i and try out some black birch for the first time. I'm really anxious to see how this works out. It's supposed to be really good firewood and smell awesome. So let's get at it. Smells just like birch beer. Holy cow. Smells like my childhood, going to the store and getting a bottle and cracking it open. That's pretty wild. Wow. And it smells like that when it burns? I mean, more better. All right, I don't know if we'll be able to load these sections up by hand. We should be able to.
Give it a shot.
We'll get it up over that in a second. Is it over? Yeah. You ready?
I'm ready when you are. Ready?
Yep. Ah!
Beautiful. Yeah, it smells delicious.
It does.
I probably burned this stuff and didn't even realize it. We used to get so many trees off the property and that, and then from different tree services, I'm like, I probably burned it.
Crazy. Yeah, we don't have that.
Nope.
Closest thing we have to that is sassafras.
Here you go. Put that in your pocket.
All right, so we're going to wrap things up here today. It's been a great day of work, and I want to thank Chuck and Deb for having me over to their property here and showing me their operation. It's quite the operation between the sawmill and all the firewooding going on. I learned a lot today from Chuck. Didn't really understand the whole sawmill thing. There's a lot more that I need to know, but I got the groundwork nailed down now, and I actually have a slab of black walnut in the back of the truck, courtesy of Darren from Woodruff Woods. So in addition to thanking him, I just want to invite you all to check out his YouTube channel. It's Iron and Oak Sawmill. Make sure you go over to his channel and give him a like and subscribe. Check out his stuff. A lot of good videos on there as far as not just firewood, but the sawmill as well. I'll link it here at the top. Outside with Shive, you all know him. Check out his channel if you haven't already and subscribe. And although Darren's not with us anymore, he had to leave a little bit early. He's got an early morning flight. Check out his channel also, Woodruff Woods. So I'll link that at the top as well. So I want to thank you all. Thank you so much. I'll give you a hug.
There you go.
Thank you. Good seeing you again, brother.
Yep.
And I hope you all enjoyed today's video. We got a lot of good footage today. I'm going to have a tough time trying to narrow it down and get it all into one video. But thank you all for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Have a great week, everybody.